Glad to be back from the sinus infection kind of deal. Oh, but I will say it was harsh. Wait. Oh, you can hear me. Okay. Hang on just a second. I'm going to fix something real quick. Let's see. Okay, never mind. So anyways, greetings creatures and humans alike. I am Magi Q Dog, and tonight we shall be learning about scribble, 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 scribble. Gonna be scribble some more. We're gonna be learning about the Oni. And this one is actually gonna be quite a interesting talk about. Mainly because I just finished doing all my notes not too long ago, so I was still working on this guy. But anyways, let's get started on this, shall we? Oh, actually, before I do, I will say, sorry about the delay from the previous art stream. Like I said, I was sick, but I was trying to make it up. I just can't do it tonight because of some stuff going on in the morning. In fact, I'm actually pushing myself right now as we speak. But anyways, let's get started. Let's see. Oni are ogre-like yokai and one of the most feared type of yokai in Japanese mythology. Oni appears as large, demonic ogre-like yokai with terrifying faces and build. Onis have horns on their head and sharp teeth with tusk-like fangs protruding from the side of their mouths. They normally have wild, untamed hair and fierce-looking eyes. Their bodies are very muscular and broad. They have strong arms and legs with sharp claws like fingernails and toenails. Their skin color can vary from red to blue to green and even black and white. They would wear tiger skin loincloths as clothing, but they can wear robes, rags, or whatever style they wish. As for weapons, they normally wield kabuto, a type of iron club, as their primary weapons. While appearing more humanoid-like as an ogre, they can also take on more demonic-looking features, including a snout, spikes, multiple eyes or appendages, and other unnatural features. Oni in the culture of Japan serves as spirits of... Well, I am so sorry. Take two. Onis in the culture of Japan serves as spirits of wicked nature, being violent and man-killers. Oh, hello, Mr. Jack. How you doing this fine night? Yep, I recently just got started on this. I'm actually on the part of their kind of like roles in mythology. But let's see. In Japanese Buddhism, an Oni is created when a wicked man dies and their soul ends up in the Japanese Buddhist hell, Shingoku. You do enjoy the Oni? Well, I hope you have a great time with this one, because I put a lot of thought into this. Let's see. Their souls end up in the Japanese Buddha hell, Shingoku. Oh yeah, there. Their souls will transform and become an Oni, and become a servant of Lord Emma, ruler of Shingoku. Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I will admit I was in a bit of a rush because my sister wanted me to come to town, so yeah, I was in a rush to get back home to try to get this stream going. And unfortunately, I didn't really have time to take a shower or anything, which I'll probably do that after I get off of this stream. So yeah, I'm doing pretty good, other than that. Let's see. We were on the part where the servant of Lord Emma, ruler of Shingoku. Oh yeah, here we go. There are even some humans that are so foul and evil, they become Onis while still alive. Oni in general are tormentors that take pleasure in hurting and killing humans. They are raised to deliver severe punishments to torture humans that are evil, but not evil enough to become Onis themselves. To name a few of the torture methods, they would crush bones, peel off skin, frying them in a giant frying pan, use saws and knives to cut into bodies, and other horrible torture methods. Onis are also man-eaters, capable of eating a full-grown person in one gulp. They are also said to be the gatekeepers of Shingoku itself, and with Shingoku full of Onis, it's heavily guarded and well-run. However, Onis doesn't just have a bad rap. In fact, some Onis are depicted as guardians and protectors against other evil spirits and forces. If you say so, Mr. Shack. Let's see. Onis, being powerful beings of hell, wears off or repels other evil spirits. As such, some have become protectors in certain areas, and some humans will view them as good guardians. Humans even made Oni masks to help with warding off evil spirits or yokai, and even help bring forth good luck. So Onis are as much of a tormentors as they are protectors. Onis in most beliefs are their own class of yokai and being very distinct from others like Kitsunes and Tengu. However, not only does Onis have relatives and other yokais that are like Onis, but also other mythical demons and creatures from other beliefs as well. For example, the Gui Chai, who are Chinese officers and ancient demons, and Diyu, or the Chinese hell, they kind of look like Onis. Then you have the yokai Amanojaku, who look like miniature small Onis, kind of like tiny little things. You also got the Sazae Oni. They are yokai that are humanoid, but have a turban seashell for a head, and like Oni, they use their powers to lure in humans, in this case sailors, before eating them. Another sea-based yokai is the Ushi Oni. While Ushi Onis appear as giant spiders with ox heads, other accounts say that they have ox heads but Oni bodies. There are also Kishins, who are basically transcendent powerful Oni. From the tiny noise-making Yanari to the female Kojo Oni and the wicked grotesque Akki. They make the Oni family tree kind of big now. Onis aren't just feared because of them being tormentors of the living. They are also feared because of their incredible powers they possess. Every Oni possesses powerful bodies that give them incredible strength, capable of using giant iron clubs to smash even boulders to pieces, or use their hands to lift trees. Onis also have incredible senses to allow them to hunt humans and remarkable regeneration abilities to heal from wounds. They are also capable fighters as being guardians and using weapons like their kabuto to smash their opponents. But Onis aren't just brutes, as they are also masters at using magic and sorcery. They are master shapeshifters that can shapeshift into human's form to deceive and lure in their prey before revealing their true form. They also have command over elements, as in breathing fire, bringing forth gusts of winds, and even causing earthquakes. They can create illusions, teleport through the shadows, summon lesser spirits, and can even fly. Because of these overwhelming powers, you may think that you're powerless. However, just like any other magical creature, Oni too have their weaknesses that you humans can use depending on the region. One of their weaknesses is holly leaves. The thorns of holly leaves deter the Oni. Oni also can't stand the smell of sardines, so having sardine heads around will help people out. Also, like vampires, the Onis can't stand the garlic eater, although it's more smell related that they can't stand. They also have a weakness to soybeans, believe it or not. Soybeans are a symbol of purity in Japan. They are used to ward off evil spirits, and Onis are no exception. Also, magic and sacred rituals, chant, holy items like prayer beans, and talisman can repel Onis as well. Onis are also not immortal, so they will die eventually. And there are also methods to kill an Oni, like using weapons that are blessed or made of silver. There is actually a legendary katana called Onimaru Kunetsuna that was said to kill an Oni, so when people can fight against them. And finally, Onis are angry and prideful beings, so a person that's clever enough may trick an Oni. I kind of already touched base with this earlier when I was talking about them in Japanese mythology, but Oni seem to have a complicated and rather rocky relationship with humans. As I mentioned, Oni are born from truly wicked humans, but just because they were once human doesn't mean that it stops them from torturing and devouring humans as well. They take great delight in hurting and killing humans, even using their shapeshifting and illusion powers to lure and trick humans before attacking them. Because of this, humans have become afraid of Oni and use whatever means to protect themselves, like exploring their weaknesses or even having samurai and shinobu, aka ninjas, to try to kill Onis. But having negative and bloodshed violence isn't always the case with Oni and humans. There are some Onis that act as guardians and protectors of areas and protect those around. Because of these, Onis are also viewed as symbols of protection against lesser evil beings. People will even make masks to resemble Onis to help wear off evil spirits and bring forth good luck during festivals. Which I kind of already touched base about this before. But something else. There are even some Onis that even want to be friends with humans, and they are good. An example of this is a story of a red Oni that wanted to be friends with humans, so his friend, a blue Oni, staged a battle to where the red Oni would make humans his friends. But for the most part, Oni and humans don't mix very well. Alright, here comes some of the nitty-gritty now. While in most of Japanese beliefs and folklore tell of Onis as large muscular males, and for the most part this is true, there are female Onis that exist. But these female Onis are quite different compared to their male counterparts. First are the Koshi, who are the basic female counterparts of Oni. Excuse me, I had a bit of Taco Bell before coming here. Anyways, like Onis, they are once female humans who have died or transformed due to their wicked ways. But unlike Oni, whom act to seek out humans to torture and are brutes, Koshi live in solitude in mountains or abandoned houses to stay away from humans, and excel at using magic compared to their male counterparts, even capable of using curses and hexes. Then you have the Hannya. These are type of Koshi that are born out of jealousy and vengeance, making them far more violent and dangerous. They also have 3 stages, with Namanari Hannya, who are the weakest, Chunari Hannya, who are mid-level power but still not as powerful, and Honnari Hannya, the last stage and the most powerful and wicked of all. You also got the Yamauba and Onibaba, with the Yamauba being a type of old hag Koshi with a hidden mouth above her head, while the Onibaba are the older hag-like Koshi that are kind of resembled to other Babas and other myths. Despite not being as many as male Oni, female Koshis are just as powerful and frightening as well. Alright. Here we go. Oni are one of the most famous kind of yokai alongside Kitsunes, Takuni, Tengu, Kappas, and others. As such, there are many tales, stories, and accounts of Onis, and making quite a few named ones that have rose to fame, whether it be by actions, death, or how legendary and terrifying they become. Here are a few famous Onis that have shook the history of Japan. The first one I want to mention are the red and blue Oni. The story goes as this. The red Oni wanted to be friends with the humans at a nearby village, but the humans are afraid of the Oni. So his friend the blue Oni made a plan to attack the village and stage a fight with the red Oni, making him look like a hero. They staged the fight and it worked. But the red Oni was concerned for his friend, so he went to the blue Oni's house to check up on him. But he finds a note that the blue Oni wrote saying that he's off on a journey because if he stayed and hang out with the red Oni, the humans would become suspicious. The red Oni cried because his friend was gone. It's a bit sad, but it shows what true friendship is all about. Makes you want to cry. Anyways, next up you have the Onis and the Chief Oni in the legend of Momotaro. These Oni live on an island called Onigashima and ruled Okayama. The hero Momotaro went on the island along with a magical talking dog, pheasant, and monkey to beat up the Oni and defeat them to free his adoptive parents. He returned with the chief along with his treasure to show their victory over the Oni. And by the way, for any One Piece fans, this is a direct reference that inspired Kaido and Onigashima. Anyways, you also got both the Kiyohime and Hashihime. Kiyohime was a female human who fell in love with the Buddhist monk Archen, but the monk rejected her love. Enraged, she transformed into a serpentine yokai and chased after Archen, eventually killing him as he tried to hide in the Dojo-Chi temple. While the story told of her being a serpentine yokai, like a Nureonna, other stories told her as a Koshin, a female Oni. Oh, sorry, Kochi. Now, Hashihime was a jealous woman who became an Oni or demoness, but she was also viewed as a type of goddess or guardian spirit related to bridge and rivers. Now, the next one is quite interesting, and that is Otakemaru. Otakemaru is a powerful and violent Kishin that lived on Mount Susuna. Susuna. Suzuka. Oh boy, here's where my pronunciation problem comes in. Anyways, he was even considered a member of the three great evil yokai alongside Shuten Doji and Tamamo no Mei. Although in some cases he's replaced by Sutoku Tenno, a Tengu of pure evil. In the past, he was one of the most feared yokai and is the second most powerful Oni ever. The legend goes as this. Otakemaru once terrorized the area of Suzuka Mountain, and stole tributes intended for the emperor. The emperor commanded his shogun, Sakanoi no Tamuramaru, and an army of 30,000 to kill Otakemaru. But using his powers and black magic, he evaded the army for 7 years. Otakemaru also had his sights on the Tengu Suzuka Gozen and tried to sleep with her every night, using shape-shifting to transform into various forms. But Suzuka always rejects him. At this time, Tamuramaru seeks advice by praying to both the gods and Buddhas. He eventually had a vision during his sleep and spoke to an old man who told him to send his army back and venture into Suzuku Mountain alone. There he'll find a woman that'll help him. After waking up, he ventured into the mountain and meets Suzuka Gozen, who aid him in his quest. She lead Tamuramaru into Otakemaru's castle. I want to get tongue twisted here for a second. And told him of the three holy swords of power that Otakemaru possesses. They ventured back to her palace and waited for Otakemaru, who came into the night to try to sleep with Suzuka. Suzuka told him that Tamuramaru coming to slay her and that she needs the holy swords. He gave her two of them, the Daitorin and Shotorin, but Otakemaru kept the third one, the Temiorin. With the two swords at hand, Tamuramaru went to Otakemaru's castle the next night and faced off against him. The battle was epic, with Otakemaru summoning thunderstorms, making thousands of copies of himself, and fought with his sword and spear. But Tamuramaru was protected by the divine blessing of both Kanon and Bishamoten, and eventually beheaded Otakemaru. He took his head to the emperor to show his victory and was rewarded. However, this wasn't for long, as Otakemaru's spirit returned after traveling across India, haunted the sword Ramyoen, and regenerated back his Kishin body. He rebuilt his castle and army and began terrorizing Japan again. Tamuramaru once again got aided by Suzuka Gozen, snuck back into Otakemaru's castle again, and fought him again. Let's see, where am I? Oh yeah, here we are. He again beheaded Otakemaru, but his head flew trying to bite Tamuramaru, but Tamuramaru had two helmets and was able to escape his bite. Tamuramaru took his head to Kyoto and had it sealed away. Ah, thank you so much, Mr. Jack. I'm glad you're enjoying this. And by the way, I'm not messing up as bad as I normally am, so good for me. Anyways, so yeah, Otakemaru was a fierce Oni. However, even he was still only the second strongest Oni. That title belonged to the most infamous and legendary Oni to ever exist, Shuten Doji. Thank you. And you're going to try this. Shuten Doji, he is the most feared of all Onis, and was a definite member of the three great evil yokai alongside Tamamo no Mei. He was known for his love of alcohol and sake, and his rage of terror that made even the bravest of men tremble in fear. There are many versions and tales of Shuten, but the main one is this. Shuten was born as a human boy hybrid, said to be the son of a woman, and the great evil eight-headed dragon, Yamata no Orochi. So yeah, off to a great start already. Anyways, in his youth, he was already super strong and intelligent, but he didn't bow well with others, for everyone viewed him as a demon. Even his own mother abandoned him when he was 6 years old. He was later adopted as a priest assistant in Mount Hiei of Kyoto, but Shuten became resented there too due to his strength and smartness. He eventually started slacking off his duties, getting into fights, and was even there that he developed his love for drinking. It was also here that he gained his name Shuten Doji, which means little drunkard. So yeah, that's actually quite an interesting name for that. Anyways, one night during a festival at a temple, Shuten was very drunk and decided to play a prank on people by wearing an Oni mask and going around scaring people, messing with some monks and other things. Having his fun, he tried to take the mask off, but he couldn't as the mask fused with his face. Horrified, he fled to the mountains where he stayed away from humans as he started seeing them as weak and foolish beings. He eventually found a gang of other mischiefs, as in criminals and thieves, and Shuten too grew in power and knowledge as he developed dark magic and taught it to his gang. He and his people soon transformed into true Onis and started his reign of terror. He and his Onis terrorized the people of Kyoto and settled a council on Mount Oi, where he made plans to conquer Japan as his new emperor. He began his conquest as he took control over Kyoto and commanded heinous acts, including capturing noble virgins to drink their blood and eat their organs and flesh. His rampage and conquest caused great fear to the people, until the emperor sent the legendary samurai Minamoto no Renmitsu, aka Minamoto no Raiko, and his 4 retainers. Minamoto and his retainers assaulted Shoten's castle and attacked the Oni during a drinking party. Shuten Doji himself fought against Minamoto and his band of warriors, but Minamoto was able to slay his head off his shoulders. But Shuten still tried to bite at Minamoto and his men. Minamoto was able to secure Shoten's head, and he and his men took the head to be buried somewhere on the mountain path Oyosaka. This legend made Minamoto the most famous samurai, and Shuten Doji the most evil of all Onis. And that's pretty much that of Shuten Doji. So, yeah, quite bad. Now, Onis are one of the most feared and well-known yokai of not just Japan, but throughout the world. Because of their fame and power, they are popular creatures that are shown in medias, pop cultures, and even in festivals and events. In movies and TV series, Japan features Oni-based characters like Oni Devil, and Margo, Oni On, and Sukuna Oni in the Ultraman series. Godzilla's Revenge features a Gabara that's based on an Oni. And Hayakuchu Sentei Goa Rangers got the Oni Tribe Org as the main villains of the movie. In cartoons, Miraculous Ladybug got an akumatized villain named Oni-chan, but she used a sword instead of a kabuto. The Fincher brothers had a floating Oni head in one episode, and in season 4 of Jackie Chan Adventures, they got Tarakudo and his Oni generals as the main villains. Anime and manga features a lot of anime characters that are based on Oni. Ogremon from Digimon looks like a green Oni. King Emma and his underlings from Dragon Ball works in hell to run the cosmos. One Piece featured characters like Dory the Red Oni and Broggy the Blue Oni, Oars Jr., Kaido, and Yamato that are based on Onis. Especially Kaido and Yamato, who are called Onis in the sub. Also, like I mentioned before, with the Momotaro story, they pretty much have Momonosuke, Luffy, Marco, and Yamato representing the 4 characters. So yeah, that's pretty neat. Let's see. Yu Yu Hakusho's got Oni characters like the Ogre Triad. Naruto's got the 4 sound ninjas that uses the curse marks, and their cursed forms appears as Oni. The slime anime's got Benimaru, Hakuro, Soyen, Shion, Suna, and others as Kishin Oni. Inuyasha's also got plenty of Oni demons like Urasu. And Demon Slayer itself, while called demons, are based on Oni. There are also characters like Tade of Dungeon Meshi, and let me see if I can pronounce this right, Kyoisha of Monster Musume that are also Onis. By the way, I never seen Monster Musume. Is it good? Let me know in the comment section. Let's see, where am I? Oh yeah, there are way more characters, but I really don't have don't really have time to name them all, so In card games, Magic the Gathering's got ogres and demon spirit cards that look like Onis. Also, the One Piece cards got the characters that I named before. In the video games, Oi Oni is a horror game that's got an Oni that chases a player and turns the players into Onis if they're caught. Blaze Blue got Tiger that's also named the Red Oni. An Oni is a playable character in Dead by Daylight. Fate Grand Order's got a few Oni-based characters like Shuten Doji as a servant. Demon Slayer's got a video game as well. And Genji of Overwatch also got some Oni themes as well. Let's see. There are other video games that's got Onis too, but just like anime, it'll take a while. Onis also appear in books too, like the Illustrated Encyclopedia of Japanese Oni Demons and the Oni by Gordon Linsier. There are even festivals with Oni themes, like the Oni Mask and the Makimaki Ritual during the Senbubin Festival that involves Oni performers. Oh, hang on just a second. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah. So, pretty much to wrap this up, the legend of the Oni stands out as one of the most iconic and most feared yokai of all in Japan. With their muscular build, iron claws, and enjoyment of torture, they stand as fierce demons of old and fierce guardians against other lesser evils. With those like Shuten, Otakemaru, and other powerful Onis, they led the Oni to the top of all yokai. So if you are a wicked person and want to venture to Japan, just be careful out there. Unless you want to run into a red or blue ogre that wants to tear you to pieces. And with that, that concludes the Oni. So what do you guys think of this yokai? Do you think they're one of your favorites? Would you like to meet one in person? I hope not. Let me know in the comment section below. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So, I think the next creature that we will be talking about on our next creature of the week. Let me see real quick. Ooh, this one's a good one. Basically, just think of a giant snake with multiple heads. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, that's pretty much it for tonight. I've got to get to bed because I got something important to do in the morning. So with all that out of the way. Oh, thank you, Mr. Check. I'm glad you have a good time. Anyways, thank you all for coming on this fantastic Creature of the Week stream. I hope y'all had as much fun as I did as we got to learn about the Oni and their fierce, tormenting ways. And if you wish to see more of these, just check me out on my Twitch page. Also check me out on Twitter and both my gaming and my main YouTube channel. And with that, I bid this show adieu. So see you guys. So long. Bye-bye. Okay, bye.